Right now, I currently play goaltender, but that wasn't the case when I was younger. Of the beginning days of my youth, I played forward. This excited me, and I wanted to score goals, but other people wanted me to stop the puck instead. The coach led me into the goaltending position. It was the right place for me. I tried out, I loved it, and I was good. However, my parents weren't such a big fan of it, but I did it anyways.
I always remember the first time you ended up being a goalie in one of your Pee-wee games. The coach came up to me afterwards because it was a year where the team didn't have a goalie, so he was allowing all the kids to take a chance, and if they liked it, have fun with it. And I remember him coming up after the game and saying, that you would want to, if you wanted to be the goalie, that he wanted you to be the starting goalie. And then shortly after that, I want to say a couple games after that, I always remember him saying, he could play high school goalie. And I said, no, not at all.
I didn't think that you would ever get that far, but I knew that if you got to that point, you would do great in it. You put your heart and soul into practices and into your games throughout the season. And I knew that if you were going to get to a championship game, that you would do the same thing.
With a 1-0 win over Wethersfield High School, we had clinched our way to the 2017 Connecticut Ice Hockey State Championship. Nothing made me happier than seeing my teammates in joy and excitement. We weren't supposed to be here. We are underdogs. This isn't supposed to happen to teams like us. Somehow, our powerful adversity led us to this point. We weren't going to back down now.
Honestly, at the start of the tournament, I really didn't have much faith that they were going to be able to make it past the semis. Maybe they could make the semis, but that was even pushing it. It was actually awesome to see how they played in those first couple of rounds because they looked great. And once the rounds kept going, and once they kept getting better and better and building its momentum, I'm like, wow, they could actually probably win this tournament. So, the semis, awesome game. They looked great. That Wethersfield game was just unbelievable by them. They proved that they could actually win this tournament and go all the way and get this chip.
I can't recall your final record, but it was, it was just above 500, and I think you were the 6th seed, so you certainly weren't projected to go that far. But as most people realize in hockey, you can get on a roll and you can ride a hot goaltender. So you did step up. You started playing very well. So I wasn't surprised of the success throughout the tournament.
The day has finally come for the championship game. The team takes the ice for warm-ups, something that's mandatory before every game. This keeps the blood flowing. However, there is more than just the ice skating to get me ready and prepared. For hockey players, pregame rituals are very big in order to keep their high standards during the game. In my case, my mom and dad would text me before every game, sending me good advice and loving messages to keep me calm before the storm. I knew this one's going to be big.
Being an athlete, my career, I didn't go into a lot of detail. It was more or less just good luck. And the biggest thing was to have fun and capture the moment because, win, lose, or draw, you just got to have fun. I knew you were excited and anxious and nervous and just trying to calm you. So I didn't want to go too overboard with, pumping you up too much. But just really, like I said, the key was to take the experience, enjoy it, and have the most fun you can.
Well, before every game, I would text you a little praise and comfort to get you through. But on this particular day, I remember texting you, telling you to keep your head on straight, keep your eye on the puck, which I always said to you, keep your cool, because sometimes you'd get frustrated, but you needed to stay calm.
As a goalie, this was quite the opposite of calm. This was a high-stress situation.
So there's a lot of pressure I knew that you were facing as the actual goalie, but believe it or not, there's a lot of pressure from the parents and knowing and worried about what other parents thought too of you. It was always just nerve-wracking. But during the game, there's a lot of emotions. Again, you're excited, you're nervous, and it's just, it's a nerve-wracking event.
You know, there was a lot of mixed emotions going in the game. When they started going down 2-0, going down 3-1, it was kind of looking bleak. I wasn't super confident in what they were able to do. I mean, I saw their ability, I saw their peak when they played against Wethersfield, so I knew they could pull it back.
At the start of the third period, we were buzzing. We came out strong. 10 seconds in, we scored the tying goal. This was big for us considering we didn't come from behind very often. But now, against the number 1 seed, we had some faith we could pull it off. However, disaster struck. Throughout the next 10 minutes, Woodstock managed to score 3 goals on me. I did not play the third period to my highest potential. I was beat up, broken down, and sad. This happened to be the lowest part of the season.
Swings down low, goes for the shot, and scores.
I mean, it sucked, but they put up a good effort. They did what they could.
As the clock was winding closer and closer to 0, it finally hit me. We came so far, but yet fell short.
Academy, they're going to win your 2017 Division III Ice Hockey Championship.
At this point, I was broken and didn't know how to handle my emotions.
I think you always grow more in defeat than in victory. It humbles you. It makes you understand that that's life. I mean, you're not always going to win everything, so you got to learn how to take defeat and grow from that. And I do think it makes you a better person.
I think it did make you. I think it made you a better person and a better leader. I think you took it upon yourself to lead your teammates and to encourage them, and you showed a lot of promise. And I think you took that with you in everything that you do. If you can make it to the championship game, you can make it to anything. You took that loss with such pride and joy, and you shook hands with the other goalie. I mean, it was a very, very proud moment for me.
At the end of the day, this was just a regular old hockey game, but with higher stakes and much more emotion. This isn't exactly how I planned my junior season to end, but fortunately, it was definitely a big learning experience, and it taught me a lot of how to be a leader and how to be a captain of such a great team. I took this experience and carried it over to my senior season, where we did just as well, except only made it past the first round of playoffs. I wish I could go back and soak in the moments that led me to this position. The championship game of 2017 was a big part in leading me to who I am today.
Part, I think you were a good sport throughout your high school career, and that's also something that I was proudful of to see, when you lost and just going through the handshake line. And I think it taught you a good lesson. I know it hurt you at the time because you really wanted that to win that championship, but again, it's life isn't all about winning.